they're still in the ICU.
Yeah.
Still battling with the injuries they have. Um,
Little by little,
they're
they told us. No, I'm glad, they're still here with us, but still in shock. Still in shock. Can't believe this happened to our family. It's something you never expect, you know.
What the doctors have said. I know that Aaron only they will have to remove one of his kidneys. They don't know for how long, so they recover as well.
Yeah, they might have to remove one of his kidneys. They still do not know. They're still checking that. The term on how long they're gonna be here, we don't know. It's
Yeah,
unknown.
it's unknown.
It's all up to them and how fast their body
Recovers.
recovers.
Isaac being
I
able
said,
to talk or
I
what
said, yeah, I said he's been able to talk.
Yeah, he's been able to say some words.
Yeah,
Still
he's
remembers a little bit of what happened that night. He was playing with little Ariana that day, and when he thought fireworks were going on, and everybody thought it was fireworks at the beginning, but we started seeing people running and people on the ground, and that's when we realized
it wasn't fireworks.
it was not fireworks.
When I realized I had the baby outside playing with the ball, and I heard, and I don't know if I was supposed to run or stay, and I seen everybody running, so I grabbed the baby, picked him up, and ran. I fell with him. I tripped and fell over. And when I went inside of the house, I noticed he had all his
Bag.
intestines out. Everything was hanging out of his stomach.
I tried to cover with my clothes, like the wounds, so he wouldn't bleed out. Then my son came in running. The 7-year-old came in running too, and
He was shot
he
too.
was shot. He was running with the wounds in his back. He was still running and bleeding.
He didn't even realize he was shot.
Yeah, we want justice.
We want justice
We want justice for our kids, for
for our
everybody,
family.
for the whole family.
We didn't deserve this.
None of us.
This is not. This was just our family reunion, like every other party we have. This is the worst. This is a nightmare for everybody. That I would like to just wake up and think it was just a nightmare, but I can't. My kids are marked for life.
We didn't deserve this. We're not bad people. None of the family is bad people. We're all good working people. We no gang related, no nothing. How the news were saying that this was gang related, no.
We're
There's
not.
none of that. This was a Catholic celebration that
I know that it's very sensitive to talk with not only you, yesterday we went to the page of the feminists and it's very much because according to the police there would be a connection.
yeah, that's what we don't understand.
understand.
We don't understand why they're saying that.
It's a connection.
There's
There's no connection to that. We don't know
they
those
could,
people. They came to shoot us for no reason. They probably didn't even know who we are, and then they shot at us. They shot our kids.
no reason.
Something else you would like to add?
Just want to thank God. I want to thank God, and I want to thank everybody from the hospital to the firefighters to the ambulance members to the cops for the quick action that they took. When everything happened, they moved so fast. Thanks to them, my kids are alive, and I can't thank them enough for them. And I thank God. I thank everybody how they treated us right here at the hospital. They literally saved our kids, and thank God for giving them another chance at life,
Both of them.
both of them.
Well, here's the issue, and I think the confusion there was that people assumed that the victims were members of gangs. No, that is, I think that's just a little confusion there. So this wasn't someone shooting at these people because they were gang members. So let's just make that clear. So we don't want to put that on the family. We don't, until we get all of the facts, we don't need to say anything about the motive right now because it is under investigation, and the Chicago Police Department is working diligently to get to the bottom of this to try to find the offenders of this crime. We look at everything, especially places where we know we have conflicts, right? Especially if it's a conflict between two groups or several groups, we make sure that we stay on top of that. We keep a focus on it and we get the proper resources out to these locations. Obviously, we still have to police constitutionally. That's one of the things that we're making sure that we work on, but at the same time, we have to do everything within our power to keep that gang violence down. So if we see that type of violence, that is only one aspect of the violence that you see in this city. Some of it is just senseless disputes where people decide that they're going to handle those disputes with weapons. So we're going to continue to do our best to keep neighborhoods safe. So let me just start with the hours of this location. The location here today is open from 3 to 7. 3 to 7 for now, but we still have crime victim services, and I gave you that number that anyone can call and still get resources. What I will tell you is that this is still under investigation, and we're working hard, not only just us, but we're also working with other partners to make sure that we get all of the evidence that we can. Anybody who has any information, please give us a call and let us know if you have any information. It would be helpful. The thing is, sometimes it's really hard to give a message to a parent whose child has been victimized, because until you've been there, you don't know what that is. You don't know what that feels like. And oftentimes you'll have people say, I know how you feel. You don't. Because unless you actually feel that trauma or you've been victimized by it, you have no idea what that feels like. But what I will say is that the Chicago Police Department is going to be here to protect you, to protect your children, to protect these schools no matter what. This is our job. This is what we're here for. We're here to make sure that we can do everything within our power to keep our city, our citizens safe, especially our children. But I will also say this, keep your children close to you. It's unfortunate that I have to say something like that, because you want your children to feel free, to have fun, to move around like we did when we were children. Unfortunately, right now, we don't live in that space, but we're working toward getting back to it. In the meantime, it is going to be very, very important for parents to know exactly where their kids are at all times. Keep them in your sights, because they're precious, and we know they're precious to you, and we don't want to lose them or have them injured by senseless violence. The only thing I can tell you is that the 4-year-old is doing fine. There were some major injuries to that 4-year-old, but he's doing fine right now. And the mother is feeling, she's thankful that her child is still with her. Nothing at this time. Everything is still under investigation, and if we have anything like that, it's evidence. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody.